Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Laith and you might know me from TheSocialStreamers, a YouTube channel where we make a wide variety of grand strategy content. Today, it's my pleasure to be collaborating with Paradox Interactive on a series of 5 videos to show you the new features of the No Step Back expansion for HOI4. Today, we're going to cover the all-important topic of logistics. This DLC doesn't just introduce a new feature, it drastically changes the face of the game, directly impacting how wars are fought and troops deployed. Seeing a truck snake into enemy territory while seemingly enjoying bountiful supplies perhaps wasn't the most accurate representation of World War II, but this changes with the new supply system. With this system, you need to be cautious when advancing deep into enemy territories. If you were to be so successful on the advance that you outrun your supply lines, then you're destined for disaster. So how does this work? Supply flows from your capital through supply hubs like this one. How much supply an area has can be seen in what can be argued to be Paradox's most gorgeous map. The red areas are those without supply, whilst the brighter blue are those with the best supply, owing to high levels of infrastructure. When considering this potential supply, factors such as distance and terrain must be considered. Additionally, the maximum supply flowing from the capital depends on your industrial base. Now you understand the basic concept of supply, it's time for us to look at exactly how these supplies are transported to the front line. This means we need to talk about trains. I'm going to put it bluntly, if you don't have trains, your troops won't have guns to fire, it's as simple as that. Your trains run along your network to fulfill supply needs, as you can see from watching them on the map. In the supply map mode, you can see exactly where trains run in your country or other countries, the importance of which I'll touch on in just a bit. Let me give you a scenario. You're lined up on the Soviet border and you see the dreaded low supply icon. You can handily highlight your troops to see exactly where the issue is. Hovering over a supply hub will tell you what exactly the limiting factor is, such that you can adapt and make the necessary changes. You can even build new railroads to ensure the front line is fully connected. Of course, trains can also be used as powerful weapons, but I'll talk about that in depth in a future video. If you lack the trains that your logistics network needs, you'll suffer proportionally. You can build trains like any other equipment, though you can always steal civilian trains from your people in a one-off, one-sided deal. As the need for better and more capable trains becomes pressing, you can research new train variants to suit your needs. There is another method of delivering supplies that's been around since the dawn of time, namely rivers. Rivers act like basic railroads, provided you're controlling both sides. If the enemy pushes you behind a river, sure, you have a nice defensive position, but you lose the logistical edge of using that river. You can no longer simply run for the nearest river to cower behind. You have to decide if the position is worth taking over the advantage that the river brings. This is just one aspect of war that you'll have to consider. As I mentioned, there are many ways in which the system offers more in-depth strategy when planning advances. If you weren't a fan of bombers destroying your industry, then you're going to hate it when your supply is eviscerated by logistic strikes. One way to halt an enemy advance, or spearhead your own, is to use your air force to target enemy trucks and trains without causing widespread devastation to factories that you intend to repurpose. Of course, camouflage trains might help to spoil your plans here. As previously mentioned, you can't afford to outrun your supply network. When you take key infrastructure, it takes time to be able to utilize it. This allows for the kinds of scorched earth tactics that were proven to be highly successful over the course of World War II. There is even a focus in the Polish mission tree that helps with exactly that, allowing you to draw your enemy in, bleed them, and let them starve before taking back what's yours. Wars are no longer just about victory points, as troops must be devoted to defending or capturing key supply hubs. You'd best hope you have your line secure when winter comes and you find yourself outside of Moscow. Thank you for watching. Join me next time as I look into the changes to weather and terrain and what that means in the No Step Back expansion for HOI4. Also, be sure to subscribe to this channel to make sure you don't miss a thing.